welcome back to the channel for some more recent Star Citizen news highlights. This week's Around the Verse was hosted by Sandy Gardner with Dave Haddock and featured an update from the LA studio with Eric Kyron Davis. Now work is continuing on the Tumbrel Cyclone, and as we can see here, it's looking quite nice indeed, and it should be a handy vehicle to traverse some of those planetary terrains. Now we also saw some ongoing work on the Anvil Hurricane, and we got a longer look at the consolidated Outland Mustang. And obviously, although the general design of this ship is basically the same, you'll spot straight away that the method of entry into this ship is now more conventional. You don't have to enter the ship underneath its fuselage. And there was a look at a sort of before and after look at the actors in the outlaw scene, which we saw in the Squadron 42 vertical slice. So we saw a variety of actors having their heads scanned, and obviously you're seeing the finished results in game. So always interesting to see how they compare. Now the team are working on a variety of costumes and armours for the game, and we saw the new Port Olisar fashion collection, so look out for that in stores around Port Olisar in the future. Now there's ongoing work for the Legacy armour. We saw some Legacy Light Outlaw being worked on, the medium and the heavy is also being worked on. Now, as well as the Legacy Light Marine armour, we also saw the Shipjacker, which is for Squadron 42 but will be in the PU as well. Now Eric told us that they're working on new mission givers, so there'll be some new characters giving you missions sometime in the future, and we got a look at the new character customization. Now this is the first implementation, so you'll be able to choose well, if you've got hair or not. Eric told us that they're implementing a new facial rig to capture human performance, but to actually transfer that to alien. So that will be implemented for Andy Serkis's performance captures. Now we got to look at some work in progress for a new director mode. Now this is still early work in progress, and it'll be a while I think before this is implemented, but will be very useful for content creators and myself included. Well, it's always good to get Andy Serkis into the show. Now where is my juicy fish, my precious? Now there was the usual calling all devs, where Gerard Huckleberry called up some devs. So here's a selection of some of the questions he put to them from the community. One of the questions was, when will you be able to buy ship weapons with Alpha UEC? Well, the answer for that is it's actually waiting for them to be converted to Item System 2.0, and it ties in with the kiosk in shops where you'll be able to buy additional items from these kiosks. Now they're aiming for these for around 3.2, but obviously nothing can be guaranteed. The interesting question was all about turrets, and when can we slave our turrets for AIs or hire NPC crew to actually man them for us. Now at the moment they're actually waiting until they can get the presently manned turrets we have in the game to a more playable state than what they are now, because they're not satisfied that the turret gameplay is up to the required level. But eventually you will be able to have AI turrets and NPC crew to man them, but they just can't say when. Probably more interesting at the moment is Matt Sherman, who is working on the Terrapin at the moment, actually showed us what he's been working on, and we got a look inside the Anvil Terrapin, and he showed us some of the component systems in the ship, which obviously is waiting for when these components can be swappable and usable, and all the things which will happen in the future. But it was interesting to actually have a look inside the Anvil Terrapin, and does look a nice ship indeed. Now, there's always going to be bugs in the game, and there's always going to be some bugs for some considerable time to come. And unfortunately, I had one which has been around for quite a while, where I actually got ejected from my own ship. Basically, I fell through the wall. Now, hopefully in 3.1 some of these bugs may be addressed, and now I'm hoping actually that the more simple ones, like I've been experiencing lately, like actually being repelled from a planet and getting my ship turned upside down, will be, well, basically dealt with. But nothing can be guaranteed, because obviously with ongoing development these bugs will always rear their ugly heads. Now, one of the things I'm actually looking forward to in 3.1 is the service beacons, and basically that would come in handy, well, in the circumstances I'm experiencing now. Well, I'm actually trapped on Daymar, and I'm rapidly running out of oxygen, so hopefully in the future I can put out a call for someone to come and rescue me. Obviously I seem to have forgotten my helmet again. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Now, please don't forget to like, and if you'd like to get notified when I do more of these, please consider subscribing. So until next time, wherever you're watching out in that big universe, you take care, and hopefully I'll see you all sometime soon.